Hi folks, welcome to Ditto Insurance. I'm your host Shashank, and joining me today is one of our senior advisors, Supreeth. Now Supreeth here has advised over 4,000 people. Thank you so much, Supreeth, for being here.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Supreeth, I have to tell you one thing. I just recently saw Shahid's video in which he mentions that many Indians are just one medical bill away from poverty.
Right.
And just yesterday, I saw on Bhanu's LinkedIn post that there is a new comprehensive health coverage plan which covers up to 1 crore
Right.
for a premium that is as less as just 10,000 rupees. Now,
Right.
isn't that great?
Sounds great, right?
Yeah,
It's really good to have new plans like these in the market.
correct.
As you already know, about 90 to 95% of the people today, they do not have a comprehensive health insurance with them.
Correct.
So we really appreciate having new players in the market.
Correct.
And it comes from a very credible source,
Correct.
Narayana Health.
Yes, and I think that was called the ADITI plan.
The ADITI plan, that's
Yes.
right. Yep. So Dr. Devi Shetty, who's the chairman of Narayana Health, is a very prominent cardiologist in India. And the group runs about 20-25 hospitals. So they are launching this insurance, ADITI Medical Health Insurance.
All right.
And yeah, it sounds really good on paper.
Correct. And I was also looking through their press conference, and they mentioned that this ADITI plan aims to bridge the insurance gap for people who are in the working class.
Right.
Now, how does that span out?
Right. So some of the details of this plan, so they're offering a coverage of about 1 CR.
Exactly.
Right. And additionally, they have cover of about 5 lakh for medical treatments.
Correct.
So this 1 CR cover, in fact, covers some of the major surgeries only.
Okay.
So bit of restriction there for someone who cannot afford a plan which costs about 15-20K.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good deal for that section of the society.
Right. Now, in your experience, why is it that most Indians don't consider a health insurance?
Great question. I can think of many reasons. Number one, premiums. It costs you money, right?
Yeah.
And people think 10 times before they spend that thousands of rupees.
Exactly.
And especially when there is no return. You're not getting anything back here if you're not using the health insurance.
Exactly. It's a necessary expense.
Necessary expense, right? And point number two, the need of the product. A lot of people don't realize that this is an useful product. They wait until they hear some news about their friends or family.
Correct.
And then they start thinking of insurance, which shouldn't be the case. Again, you should start thinking of insurance in your early 20s or 30s. Before the onset of certain illnesses like blood pressure or diabetes, which can make getting an insurance slightly more difficult.
Right.
One more major reason being there's a lot of mistrust with the insurance industry. Fear of claim rejection as well, right? I mean, this is one of the major reasons too. I feel a lot of people have heard stories of claim being rejected.
I know.
And they don't want to trust paying an insurer.
Correct.
So it's really important to buy a policy from a trusted source.
Now, speaking about trusted source, Ditto is your trusted insurance advisor. We are backed by Zerodha and we have a 4.9 over 5 stellar rating. And we just not help you buy, but also compare policies and advise the policies that are just best for you. Book a free of cost consultation call with one of our advisors today. The link is in the description. You mentioned these 3 reasons why someone would not consider a health insurance. Now, what is Narayana doing differently with ADITI plan to eliminate or at least keep these problems at bay?
So first of all, this plan is affordable. So this can be accessed by a majority of working class people. To the trust factor, this is being started by a prominent name like Dr. Devi Shetty, right, who is the chairman of Narayana Health Group. Which again is a good brand in and around Bangalore. And finally, I think this is going to end the conflict of interest while settling claims.
Conflict of interest. Can you just go a little deeper into that? What is the conflict of interest that we're talking about here?
Right. So one of the things about this policy, one can only claim in the network hospital list of Narayana Group. right? Thereby, the insurer and the hospital, it's the same entity, right? Generally, that doesn't happen. Generally, what happens is the insurer and the hospital are two different entities, right? And insurers are always suspicious whether the claims are happening in the right way or not.
Correct.
Right.
There are cases of inflated bills, fraudulent activities, and all of that.
Perfect. So this ADITI plan is completely eliminating that conflict.
Got it, Supreet. Now, this 1 crore is very flashy. Now, is there any catch here?
I hope not, because they have clearly mentioned the details. 1 crore cover will not cover all your medical emergencies.
Okay.
Right? It is only dedicated to certain major life-saving treatments.
Okay.
Probably like cancer treatment or transplants, right? However, there's a 5 lakh coverage for other treatments as well.
Okay.
But is 5 lakh enough in today's world? No, that's another
question. Yeah. Understood, Supreet. Now, I'm sure I'm eligible. So, do you think I should apply for ADITI plan?
Unfortunately, maybe not now because it's still in the pilot phase.
Okay.
So they have handpicked few people to sign up for the policy and to see how the whole process would work.
Okay.
I hope eventually they're going to probably launch it for general public as well.
Okay. Now, ADITI plan looks very shiny from the outside. Do you want to mention any caveats that this plan has?
Right. So select cities can be a bit of a problem. So usually people want a pan-India policy, which may not be the case in this particular plan.
Correct.
And also what I've heard is you won't be able to select the type of room that you want to in the hospitals as well. So you might have to restrict yourself to probably a general ward or a shared ward.
Right. Okay.
And one more major caveat, I think, that this is a new plan in the market.
Right.
So any new plan, there's a bit of uncertainty around it. We'll have to wait and see if this particular plan is going to settle claims in a good way in the future.
Understood, Supreet. Now, any final parting thoughts?
Right. So first of all, it's a great initiative from the Narayana Group.
Correct.
Dr. Shetty, again, and I've said this before as well, great brand, I feel.
True.
Trusted brand. Two, it is making insurance accessible to the middle class, lower middle class of the society.
Definitely.
And it's eliminating the conflict of interest between the insurer and the hospital as well.
Correct.
I just hope we get more details regarding policy specifics, what is covered, what is not covered, so that we can update our viewers a bit more.
Now, folks, this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much, Supreet. This has been really enlightening. And for you folks, if you have any doubts regarding the ADITI plan, don't hesitate to comment and we will get back to you. Now, as always, like, share and subscribe, and happy insurance hunting.